Hello, this is Russell from
Tones of Evil.
and you're listening to Capes and Lunatics.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to make sure you know all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on all new episodes of Wade's World, Boob Windows and Long Boxes, our Hard R movie reviews, and so much more, all completely uncensored. Access starts for as little as $1 a month, full videos when you pledge $3 a month. Check us out at the link in all of our show notes, or just go straight to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Recording.
Wait a minute.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing news. I am Phil. Joining me as always it is.
Hi, I'm Kristen.
And tonight we'll discuss the new episode of Titans, Season 3, Episode 4. And all those Booster Gold issues we were going to talk about last week, 11 and 12 and 21 through 25. So, lots to get to, but yeah, because I was looking, the new issue of Nightwing, well, we just covered the last one last week, but the new one doesn't come out until, I think, the 21st of September, I think. But I will keep my eyes peeled and let you know. I'm sure he'll probably show up somewhere in Fear State.
Oh, yeah, you mean in other Fear State ones that come out first?
Yeah, like he might be in Batman or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, okay, tomorrow is... No, there's one more week of August, the 31st. But do you think next week we'll start the Fear State issues or not till September?
I thought I saw something on the list for August, so it might be next week. But yeah, I'm pretty I was going to say, I don't think there's any this week, but there are Bat books unless they kind of tie in or they're like a prequel or something.
Well, it's kind of like I could see if the ones next week start Fear State because Tuesday is August, but Wednesday is September, so it kind of straddles the line.
Yeah, because there's like a Detective Comics this week and Harley Quinn, so yeah, I don't know if maybe that... so maybe they'll be part of Fear State, I'm not sure.
All will be revealed tomorrow.
True. Alright, let's get to Titans. I agree. I think you messaged me the same thought, and then I had this after watching it. I think I had the same opinion. I'm like, I wasn't as impressed with episode 4 as I was with the first 3.
No, I was not either. And the way I summed it up was, and this I think has been, and I guess I don't know I don't know exactly what I would have done instead, but I think this has been kind of my problem with Titans is, of course, I want Dick to be my favorite character, although I do like most of the other ones as well. But I feel like they have a good thing going, and then all of a sudden, Dick starts making terrible choices.
I know. I saw an article today. It's the problem with the whole season, it's just they're horrible at keeping the secret identity because, he keeps going to the Gotham PD and working with Barbara, as Dick Grayson. And then it's
right.
What, he's a consultant. It's okay, but meanwhile the Titans and Nightwing are in town. It's really?
Yeah, well, at least they kind of explained it near the end of the episode where Dick said to Jason, you told Scarecrow everything? Because, yeah, that was kind of, as we were going through the episode, I was kind of thinking, so secret identities are not a thing. Clearly, yeah. Scarecrow, what's up with this?
But no, so what does it? Do you not like the decision of him kidnapping Scarecrow? Because I was like, why doesn't he just follow the prison bus and just wait for Jason to, if he's going to free him?
Yes. I don't know. That's why I said I don't know what I would have done instead, but that just felt like such a bad choice. And I realized, okay, he's saved. Well, yeah, we don't know. What originally I think you're thinking, when you were watching it, Jason was going to kill Scarecrow, so he saved him. But then it's oh, no, they're probably working together, so he was just going to release him. But then, of course, Scarecrow gets out anyway, so I was like...
And I know it's a point to drive the story forward, but Dick's really going to get caught on camera kidnapping Scarecrow. I mean, doesn't Batman teach you that in the first week, not how not to get caught on camera?
I mean, probably.
Okay, and my biggest problem with this episode, I mean, it went way dark. I mean, we went full All-Star Batman and Robin, Frank Miller, eat the rats. Bruce.
Yes, killing the wolf.
Bruce sent him out as a child into the woods to get chased by a wolf, and it's like, okay, we'll kill it or you be killed, and then Dick brings back the severed head. Oh yeah, that's not dark and creepy, writers.
Yes, yeah, I think that was like, yeah, I think, yeah. It's just too gritty for my sensibilities. And I thought that, and I kind of liked the first 3 episodes were well done, and Dick was kind of, even though Barbara kind of read Bruce the riot act, they were kind of getting along, and you saw Dick's room, and it was like, oh, he has a Flying Grayson's poster, there were some cute things, and he and Hank had some moments, and Crypto was such a good boy, and that was kind of cool. But yeah, then it got really dark in episode 4.
I mean, if you want to paint Bruce as like that giant SOB, okay, but it's like they should have had like, I don't know, like Dick come back with the wolf or something, like he befriended it, like giving it a bunch of food or something, just have like, again, just show Dick being like, Bruce, there's another way, you don't, it's not kill it. It doesn't always have to be kill or be killed. Which again, comic book Batman wouldn't even do that. I mean, come on. I mean,
right, exactly. And that's kind of the thing that,
why do we have, I mean, yeah, you don't want to
It just feels so intense because of course a comic book Batman would never kill the Joker, obviously. Yeah. And it kind of makes sense him doing, it's just too gritty. It's too grimdark.
I get you don't want Batman 66 or you don't even want like the CW shows. I get that, but I don't know why they have to keep taking it so dark. I think it's dark enough when you're killing Hank and it's, and again, Jason's not coming back from this. So it's like, I think that's plenty dark. You really need to darken up like Bruce and Dick. It's like, shouldn't they be the...
Right, well, and like everybody's darker. Corey's, Corey didn't come to Earth to kill Raven. Even from the beginning. And...
Okay.
So yeah, just everybody. And I used to say that, it kind of felt more like Outsiders than Titans, but it's even darker than the Outsiders.
And if Corey's going to be like doing like action scenes and stuff, can't we just get her like a pair of pants? How short was that dress?
I don't know. Corey's pretty hot, so it was okay.
Oh yeah, as a straight man, I had no problem with the view, but I'm just saying, are we using this to try to boost our viewer numbers? I'm like, and then I thought we were going to build Blackfire up into this big menace, but then meanwhile she was locked in a cave.
Yeah, I guess. I'm still disappointed. Maybe something will come of that.
I just think they did that so they don't have the budget to do Tamaran. So
yeah, I guess I was kind of thinking that's whatever. Obviously I'll keep watching because it's a show that has Dick Grayson in it. But it's just everybody's just generally grittier.
And again, you can have more than one story going at once, but now it's like. How in season 1, season 2, and what we got so far now, it's like how often have we seen them operate as a whole team? Maybe like at the end of season 1, end of season 2, but usually everyone's just off on their thing and stuff. And I know Lilith was saying she was all disappointed that they killed Alfred like off screen and stuff.
Yeah, that was. Wouldn't
it have been cool to see like Alfred like taking care of the Titans?
Yeah, basically Gar has become Alfred.
I know, it's like giving a pep, he go to give Superboy a pep talk and
he has to cook food all the time. He's always in the kitchen. Always have Gar in the kitchen.
I know.
Yeah, and I guess, and it feels weird, of course, saying this as a Nightwing Dick Grayson fan before all of the others, but most of the show has not really felt like a Titan show.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the show has felt like a Batman show.
Well, again, DC always panics. I mean, I don't know if the numbers were down for season 2 or what, but it's like eventually they always go for the Batman stuff. So I don't know if they were just in panic mode and they're like, oh, well, we got to get these numbers up. So, let's do Gotham. Let's bring in Oracle. Let's bring in Scarecrow, do Red Hood.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah.
Maybe if season 3 goes well, yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're looking at, what their finances are, and that kind of thing. But yeah, I felt like they kind of had something going that they really could have set up a Blackfire thing, and it could have been, I mean, there's plenty of Titan storylines that are about the team helping Starfire with the Blackfire issue. Yeah, they could have done something with that.
But yeah, they're just taking a wrong turn. It just almost seems like, oh, hey, Dick putting himself in prison from last season, just, the kidnapping the Scarecrow. I mean, I almost kind of get it, but it's like, again, the wolf thing just completely turned me off. I'm just like, really? We're going this dark? Right.
I mean, and not even All-Star Batman and Robin had wolves chasing you. It was just eat rats.
And it's not even just, hey, he killed the wolf. Man, he brought the severed head, the bruise. I'm like, really? We're doing that? Really?
Yeah, there's some dark stuff. So, yeah, it went way darker. And yeah, I don't know. And yeah, it's like, I don't know what the right thing would have been to do in that situation with the Scarecrow, because you realized Jason was working with him and you didn't want him to fall in. But it felt like the right thing to do was not what he did.
Oh, I was looking to see what the title of the next episode was. Episode 5 is Lazarus.
Oh boy.
Did Jason set someone up to resurrect him, or did someone resurrect Jason? I don't know.
Well, yeah, and I'm still thinking that the drug that he made had something to do with him not totally dying. But I don't know. I guess I'm not sure I was thinking Jason did that himself, and then maybe afterwards he was working with the Scarecrow, but maybe he was working with the Scarecrow before.
Oh, I'm looking at the titles coming up. Oh, we got some Nightwing-centric, at least I'd say 2 titles here. Episode 6, Lady Vic. So I wonder if we're going to get,
What's the next one?
And then scroll down. Looks like 13 episodes this season. Episode 12 is called Prodigal.
Oh, the titles are all up now?
All on this app I'm looking at. Yeah, so I'm assuming they're all public.
Is there any episode titled Tim Drake?
No.
So yeah, I guess I'm kind of wondering too, like, did they just throw Tim in that first episode and that's going to be it? Or what?
I almost forgot about Tim because, I was talking to the group at the Southgate Media Group block party yesterday and someone mentioned Tim Drake. I was like, oh yeah, we haven't seen him since episode 1. I'm like, we've had 4 episodes already. Where's he at?
Yeah.
Unless that's like a second half of the season thing or something. I don't know.
Right, because I'm kind of wondering, is Dick going to get really dark and then Tim's going to come in and be like, you train me as Robin, and he'll kind of help lift Dick out of darkness, or what? But who knows? The whole thing is dark. We'll probably get some gritty reboot version of Tim Drake where he...
Well, remember when Tim Drake comes in...
I don't know what you...
Well, Tim Drake comes in after Jason dies and it's like, Batman's all angry and he's just like, Batman needs a Robin. So is this going to be Tim going to be like, the world needs Nightwing or whatever? Oh no, is Dick going to give up for a couple episodes because of Jason? I don't know. And is Bruce ever going to come back?
I don't know. Scott, there's lots of balls in the air, so who knows?
Again, Titans writers, pull up. Getting too dark.
Who knows what's going to happen?
All right, so you want to get these issues? We have a few.
Yeah, it's definitely a gritty take.
Yeah.
Well, and plus, we don't know what's going to happen with Raven and Donna.
I know. I was like, we've seen nothing of that. Yeah. Are we resurrecting Dawnix? I swear I saw a picture of... I don't know.
Well, maybe that's what's going to happen in Lazarus.
Oh, maybe. Because I was going to say, wasn't Donna at least one piece of the artwork, unless they used old art? I don't know.
Yeah. That's what I said. I mean, I guess... I try not to think about it too much because... Yeah. Like, there are so many balls in the air. Let's just go with it and see where they go. But also knowing it's gonna be dark. And if it was dark as in, like, we just say the F word, That's cool. But yeah, Bruce being like, I'm throwing you literally to the wolves.
Exactly.
That's not the Bruce Wayne we know and love.
No. They paint him like
And Corey hurting people. That's not the Corey we know and love.
I know. I mean, again, the show's dark. It's like... All right, so you want to get to these comics?
So yeah, let's talk about something lighter.
Yes.
Booster Gold, yeah.
Yeah. So the first one, issue 11 from October of... Is that 08? I'm looking on the screen here. Yeah, 08.
Very snazzy cover. I like how he has a little reflection of Robin and Batman and his gauntlets, I guess it is. I don't know, his cuff, whatever you call it.
All right, page 1. You know it's going to be wild when it's Killer Moth on the first page.
Heck yeah.
And then you see Batman and Robin swooping down, stopping this robbery. Oh, and Barbara's Batgirl's there. So yes, this is back in the day. That's Dick.
Yeah, you can tell it's back in the day once he starts driving the Batmobile.
Oh yeah, exactly. Then we see some little man watching the robbery, and it's just like talking about there's other days, and makes, I don't know, Barbara takes something off of him and smashes it, and then she disappears. So do Batman and Robin and Killer Moth.
Yeah, so I guess, yeah, I mean, this one actually, I mean, it's cool, but there's not a ton of Batman and Robin in it.
Yeah, no, it's like basically...
Because basically the gist is because they stop the first crime, and then Barbara destroys the little doodad of that, Will Delbert? Shoot, what did he say his name was? Wiley Dalbert.
Yeah.
He was also a time traveler, and so stuff gets messed up, and because of that, it means there's no Batman, because Bruce Wayne's parents don't die, right? That's the thing at the end.
I think so, yeah.
Because you see that picture, Thomas Wayne's giving the check, and you see Bruce being mad. He had to go back on a promise to take his son to the movies.
So yeah, so there's a Gotham without a Batman, so here Booster has to take Killer Moth's place and fight Batman and Robin.
And they also have to take Batgirl's place so that Wiley Delbert can get the loot and go on doing his time shenanigans.
But yeah, this Gotham without a Batman, it's basically not Killer Moth, but is it Mothman?
Yeah, I mean, so it's basically Killer Moth, but with a different name.
Yeah, but yes, time has gone haywire, kids. And then, yeah, Booster and the gang have to go to the Batcave, and they get caught by Alfred, and Rip Hunter gets shot by Alfred.
Oh, that's who got.
Yep, falls into the time sphere. And yeah, basically the issue ends with Booster and his sister at gunpoint by Alfred.
Yep. And that's how it begins.
So then that brings us to issue 12. Kristen, how much you love that first page. Booster's hanging on to that giant dinosaur.
So amazing. You know I love that dinosaur so much. Oh yeah, that was my one disappointment with the cave in Titans when they went down to the cave and the dinosaur was just a hologram of a dinosaur. I was like, no! I wanted it to be a real, not a real dinosaur, but
yeah, something solid.
Yes, thank you.
So yeah, Alfred.
I did like Booster's comment. Man, I never knew Bats was such a clothes horse. You know what would have been awesome is if he had those rainbow Batman suits back in there.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Booster and his sister are going through this stuff. They had Alfred knocked out, but he wakes up. They steal the Batmobile. It's the '66 Batmobile.
And then here's our one thing of Dick. Oh, little baby Dick. He looks so much smaller there than when he was Robin in the first issue. Don't you think?
Yeah. But he's like, was that Bruce leaving? And Alfred's like, do you know if Master Bruce has any enemies named Booster? And again, they need Barbara's costume too, so they go.
Well, he was gonna dress up as Batman, and then Alfred interfered with that plan, so he only had time to get the car.
So they try to take Barbara's Batgirl costume for his sister Michelle. And Barbara almost takes them down until the sister hits her with, I guess,
With some of her own stuff, I think.
I was just gonna say it's probably from the utility belt. But luckily, then Commissioner Gordon comes in, sees Barbara on the floor, and Batgirl fleeing out the window. So hey, Barbara can't be Batgirl.
Right. So he's like, "Oh, hey." So that's kind of convenient for
I
him.
know.
But then one of the greatest costume changes in comics.
Oh yeah, Booster
needs to get a new outfit, and he goes.
Booster needs a disguise.
Full Elvis.
Thank you very much.
I have it on a paper copy.
Yes.
Full Elvis. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have all these in paper. I was just too lazy to pull them out. But yes, kids. Yes, kids. These are all in DC Universe.
That V is so deep, and that is a deeper V than Disco Wing. That is a deep V.
I was gonna say, is that like a very subtle reference to the first Nightwing costume? Maybe.
No, I think it's a '70s thing. I wouldn't be surprised if the Elvis costume really was like that.
Oh,
I mean. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, dang, deep V. Also, so hilarious. So that was pretty awesome.
But yeah, like I said, I have all these on paper. But yes, kids, I was too lazy to get them out. So yes, these are all on DC Universe Infinite. So you're welcome, DC Universe Infinite. Then they get stopped by the cops.
They say, what?
They get stopped by the cops coming out of that shop.
Right, yeah.
They get saved by Skeets.
Yeah. They get Killer Moth out of the way. But then they have to make sure the little guy gets his swag.
Well, it's so funny because it's like Booster is Elvis, and again, they went back to when Booster was dressed up as Killer Moth. So Booster is basically fighting himself. Well, he is fighting himself, even though Booster Killer Moth doesn't know that.
There you go. That's deep. That's meta right there.
That's right.
So then they give the loot to the guy so he can endow a children's hospital.
That's right, because they discovered this Wiley Dabbert is a time trap. I swear, did Chuck Dixon write this? There was a detective story where he oh wait, does this go into that? Because Chuck Dixon kind of did this in the Detective Comics in the 90s. Yeah, like Wiley Dalbert's like a time traveler, but he can only travel backwards, so...
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it is by Chuck Dixon, and it does mention in here something about first appearing in Detective... Well, no, I don't remember what page it's on.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, he'll either steal loot or he'll steal, like, tech and then go backwards in time and be like, oh, hey, look what I invented, or,
But so once he leaves home, he can never go back?
Yeah, exactly. He can just go backwards, so.
That kind of sucks.
Like, it's like, do you stay in your present time or do you go back in time and be the smartest person in the past?
No, I'm a historian. I want to be able to come back. I know what the past is like. It is not all sunshine and rainbows.
You could be someone who foresees the future back in medieval times, Kristen. Be like, watch out, King. I know who's going to try to kill you.
Yeah. But just think of all the things I wouldn't have back in the Middle Ages. No electricity, no internet, no comic books.
Yeah, that's true. No indoor plumbing. Yeah, that's true. So Booster and his sister take off. So Wiley Dabbert's where he's supposed to be. Batman gets the Batmobile back.
I think Robin's in it with him. There's like a tiny little head.
Then we get a scene with Elongated Man at the end. So I think
so this keeps going.
Yeah,
with something else.
The next issue. Yeah.
That's the end of Batman and Robin being in it.
Oh, but these issues were drawn by Dan Jurgens, who not only created Booster, but we did talk to. So, yes,
I know. I didn't realize that Dan did. So wait, when did he invent? This must not be Booster's first.
No,
right?
It was like in the 80s, like right after Crisis. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yes, Dan Jurgens.
Yeah, I didn't know that Dan did art too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember if he did it both at the same time, but I remember him as an artist before I remember him as a writer. But he wrote a ton of Superman stuff, especially like in the 90s and stuff. He wrote and drew a ton of Superman stuff. Yeah. All right. So for our purpose,
all right,
we're gonna skip ahead to issue 21.
Heck yeah.
This time Dick is Batman. All right, we skip ahead to August 2009.
Well, was Dick already Batman in 2008? Or was that right? No, wait, maybe that was around the time of Batman R.I.P.
Trying to remember. 2000. was 2008. It was at least Batman R.I.P. I can't remember. When was Battle for the Cowl? It was either 08 or 09. So, yeah. But yeah, definitely 09. Yes, he's Batman here.
Right. Oh yeah, Dan Jurgens is the writer and artist on this.
Yeah,
one.
now this time he's writing.
So in terms, this one has, of course, more. I liked this one. It's a little bit longer storyline, and I have the whole thing since I didn't read issue 13. But I like this one better because one of the things that I always think is really cool in comics, it's almost like a little detective thing, is when they pick up something from the past that was already there and use it instead of just adding, because there's so much that could be going on between the issues. That's how we get these super complicated origins and backstories, and we're always adding, and then they also had this case and this case, so you can always add something that happened. But I think it's really cool when they go back and it's like, this happened, and I'm going to use that thing that really, quote unquote, really happened because somebody else wrote it, and spin that into a story. Like when Devin Grayson did the gargoyle thing. She didn't make up the gargoyle.
Yeah. She
read back an old Teen Titans comic and saw the gargoyle and thought, that's cool, I'm going to use it again. Mm. And so I thought it was really cool with this one that Dan Jurgens used from the original New Teen Titans #2, how, and it really does happen, when Grant Slade's son is dying because his body can't handle the, serums, the souped up stuff that the Hive gave him, and the Titans defeat him, but Raven, because she's an empath, she gives him a vision that he was successful so that he can die, I guess, at peace, so to speak. He can die thinking he was successful. And so that's what Dan Jurgens picked up on that. And I guess because those are one of the rules of time travel, that people can't just change stuff unless there's a way in, kind of.
Well, they kind of get into this in this issue 21, where there was an earlier issue where Booster went back and tried to stop the Killing Joke, where Joker cripples Barbara, and no matter how many times he went back, he couldn't change it. And I guess Rip tells him there's certain moments in time that are focal, points that cannot be changed, no matter how much you try to change them. No matter what anyone does, you can't change them. And I guess Killing Joke is one of those. And then in this issue, we see Rip Hunter sees Batman's supposed death in Final Crisis. So then,
something's changed.
Yeah. Well, then he sends Booster to the Batcave because he's like, wait, are you saying Batman has evidence that you tried to go? Because no one's supposed to know about his mission. They're you're saying Batman has pictures and evidence of you trying to go back and fix the whole Barbara Gordon thing. He's like, well, you got to go get this.
That's why his tagline is the greatest hero you've never heard of.
Yep.
Because you're not supposed to have heard of him.
So, of course, Booster...
It's a secret.
Yes. Booster sneaks in the Batcave and is going through files. And he's like, wait, there's a file on me.
Of course there is, Booster.
But then, Batman comes swinging in and tries to stop Booster, but it's not Bruce Wayne. And Dick's like, what are you doing? You're a shallow fraud. And, of course, this is going to stop Dick because Booster's like, I'm here for Barbara Gordon. So he tells him, he's like, I tried to go back in time. Bruce found out and protected this secret, and he's the only person who knows what my real mission is. So he's like, you were there when she was shot, and Booster's like, yeah, I tried, but I couldn't change her fate. And then we get the shadowy face. Is this Black Beetle or something? The
bad guy.
Yeah, to attacks them, and
also a time hunter.
Yeah,
I know. It is kind of rude. You're not Batman. You're just a guy in his suit. He's like, just a guy.
Yeah. Booster says he's a time stealer and he wants you gone. And Black Beetle disappears while saying, fortunately, there's more than one way to clip a bat's wings. And Dick's explaining. Booster's he intends to make sure we don't have a Batman starting with. And then all of a sudden, Dick disappears. And he's like, you? He's alone in the cave. And Skeets is like, we're alone. If I have to guess, I guess Black Beetle went back in time and succeeded. Dick Grayson was now the first Robin to die. So of course, it's always time travel, so Booster says, we gotta go back in time. And we don't have to do the Blue Beetle backup because there's no Dick Grayson in any way, shape, or form.
Nope.
Alright, so
No.
issue 22, that cover tells you exactly where we're gonna go. Or at least
I already kind of said it, though.
Titans and Deathstroke, yep.
Yeah. Like I said, I thought it was really cool that they used something back there.
Because, so Booster's still standing in the cave, and it's like, Dick Grayson disappeared, and then all of a sudden a second Robin memorial popped up in the cave, so.
I know, which seems kind of weird that after Dick was killed, that Bruce would still have a Robin Jason. I don't know. I guess but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you kind of go back and forth, because on the one hand, you think, if his first Robin died, you would think that would be a hardcore idea not to have any more Robins.
Yeah, because Skeets even says he's looking in the back computer. He's like, Dick Grayson died years ago fighting alongside the Teen Titans. Deathstroke and the Ravager were instrumental in his death.
Yeah, and then that's where he explains how the door was left open.
Yeah. Time didn't need to be altered as much as it needed to be steered to a variable that existed at that moment.
Like I said, I thought that was pretty cool.
So then there's all kinds of stuff that timelines changed in all kinds of ways because Robin died.
Well, because the Teen Titans
the entire
died.
Titans team, yeah. Yep.
Kind of seems like with the whole Teen Titans dying, it really broke everybody's morale.
That is funny, the second Robin memorial, because, I mean, if this quick montage is any thing, it looks like maybe Bruce teamed up with Barbara,
Right. Yeah, that's why I said I thought it was a little bit weird that it had this second. But, I mean, they kind of had to do that, because if it just went from, this thing is now Dick instead of Jason, it wouldn't have been as obvious. You need that visual impact.
Yeah.
Like, hey, there's another memorial case.
But
What's up with that?
They go back in time, just in time for to see Ravager go in the Star Labs to attack Cyborg. So Booster helps Vic battle Black Beetle, but then Deathstroke shows up too. So I guess Black Beetle's helping Deathstroke because he wants to kill the Titans. Right.
Well, because at this point, Deathstroke doesn't really care that much about the Titans.
Yeah.
Isn't that the thing? Is that because Ravager dies, then he's like, Rawr.
So Cyborg takes Booster to the mansion and
Dayton Manor, where
remember New Teen Titans number 2 where they had the pool party? Yep, that's right where we're at, kids.
They're still having it. Also, it was cracking me up in that picture it feels like, of course, but how Dick's swim trunks are so much shorter than Wally's swim trunks.
Different styles.
Well, Wally, he's from the Midwest, so.
Well, Corey's bikini is smaller than Donna's.
Exactly. We're a little more buttoned up in the Midwest, so.
So Booster meets the Titans here.
What's sad though is in New Teen Titans that one issue, Gar turns into a kangaroo, and he didn't turn into a kangaroo in this one.
The timeline.
There's room for kangaroos in every timeline.
I know. So when Ravager shows up, Booster's warned them, so the Titans are they're all in costume, ready to fight, and Booster's with them.
Yeah.
And Black Beetle's also there this time, so.
Yeah, so that.
But then.
That's kind of what messes it up.
But then, Black Beetle also gives Grant some chronal energy so he doesn't burn out, so.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the thing is Black Beetle is...
Yeah. And Deathstroke shows up, so there's 3 of them versus the Titans.
Right. But I really think it's...
Because that, I mean, Deathstroke shows up at the end of, I mean, he's in that issue too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but this time he
But yeah, I mean, it's really Black Beetle messing stuff up.
Yeah, well, he keeps Grant from burning out, and then Deathstroke throws a couple grenades and I guess kills the Titans with those grenades.
Yeah, he's the one that exploits it.
So they're like, yep, they're all dead. So they all walk. Ravager, Deathstroke, and Blue Beetle all walk away.
Black Beetle. Blue Beetle's a good guy.
All right. All right. So issue 23. We see Rip Hunters. Sees how the timeline is unfolding, and it's not good. He sees an image of
it's very not good.
Yeah, Trigon basically hoarded a defeated Superman. So.
Yep. And I thought that was good because, that's one of the big things. Well, I mean, that's, of course, why the Titans formed in the first place. Is Donna bringing it together, or the Raven bringing everybody together in the long term to help.
And then back in the past, Booster wakes up, the Titans are dead, but, who's the one Titan who wasn't present? Raven shows up.
Yep. It's like, I choked.
Basically tells her he's from the future. Rip shows up, and he says, we have to restore the timeline and your friends' lives. But Raven says she's an empath. She sensed they're telling the truth. Booster kind of gives her his backstory. But they say they have to go fix this, so they go.
I like his little story about his branding.
Oh yeah. He was pretty material. He was pretty materialistic when Dan Jurgens originally created him, and that's the cover story now that he's kind of still that way. But now he's on his time travel mission. So they go to this altered future, and Trigon's in control. Most of the superhero, most of humanity's dead. There's like survivors and stuff, but
yeah. So it's saying because the Teen Titans died, it was the Teen Titans in the Justice League, though wasn't it mostly the Teen Titans in the comics that defeated Trigon? Mm-hmm. So yeah, but because of that, Trigon was able to overrun, and it's like Batman died, and so then there was no one left that Batman had trained to take over as Batman.
Well, it says, when both Batman dead and no Robin, the JLA lost its greatest tactician, but in many ways, its soul. But then a few years after Batman dies, Trigon attacks again. This time, the JLA was unable to mount an adequate defense.
That's it.
So
because there was no Batman. So Earth ends up like this.
So see, kids, the key to defeating Trigon is either Dick or Batman. Oh, so basically, when Dick dies, then the Justice League has to face Trigon, which eventually gives us Batman's death. Okay.
And my guess is because the Justice League was not handpicked for the task like by Raven, like the Titans were, they weren't as good at it.
And Superman, very susceptible to magic, so. So they're basically walking through the rubble, and then they basically get accosted by two hooded figures. One is Kal Rayner.
The other is Zatanna.
Yes, I guess they're married in this timeline.
Yeah, did they ever have a thing in...
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Guess they just met in this timeline.
Alright, I wasn't sure if that was a... But so Kal Rayner at this point is not a Green Lantern, but Zatanna still has magic.
Yeah, in this timeline, he never became Green Lantern, yeah.
Well, he does at the end.
Yeah.
When they bust out the ring from the creepy cave, basically.
But Booster runs right in at the end, runs right into Trigon. Alright, so... Apocalyptic Future. Kind of brings us to issue 24. Booster's trying to not get killed by Trigon. The others are down in the... Oh yeah, they do find Oliver Queen. So they're basically like, we're going to try the time travel thing and fix this whole thing. Meanwhile, Lex Luthor and Black Beetle want to know where Booster's time bubble is. Oh boy. But Lex is basically secretly going to help them because there's less than 38,000 people still alive.
That's messed up.
I'm assuming on Earth? Yeah.
That's really tiny.
And Lex says, I'm not under any illusions as to my fate once those 38,000 are exterminated. But Lex says he has a way to defeat Trigon.
It's like, of course Lex Luthor would survive, though. Out of, Oh, only 38,000 people are left. Yeah, one of them's definitely going to be Lex Luthor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, snap. This also took place in 2020. And you know what? 2020 did suck.
It was all Trigon.
It sucked in a different way, but yeah, 2020 was kind of terrible.
Oh yeah, because it says Oliver Queen even says it's been this way for like 10 years. So yeah.
Yeah, but I just know that just hit me at the beginning of.
I know.
Number 20 says, which is why I'm here in the future, the year 2020. I'm like, oh man, 2020 was wretched.
Then everyone's like, "Are you out of your mind? You let Lex Luthor free?"
I think the one thing that is a little bit disappointing about this, but of course, like, very DC, is they're like, oh yeah, the Titans were killed, but really, the problem was no Batman. Like, of course. Always has to circle back to Batman.
There was no Dick Grayson or Batman, so.
I know, but they're still like, after the Titans died, then Batman died, and that was the end of it.
So they break in the Trigon's trophy room. Like you said, Kal Rayner gets I'm guessing that's like Hal Jordan's probably old ring after he got killed, so Cal's a Green Lantern again for the first time. And I love how, like, Booster's like, oh, I can't leave them. And it's like, every time there's, like, time travel stuff like this, and people say, I can't leave them. It's like, idiot, go back in time and fix this, and they'll never have to go through this 10 years of crap they just went through. You're really not leaving them, abandoning them. You're going back to make their lives better. Because Rip even tells them that. He's like, we got to go back in time to make sure the Titans survive their survive their battle with Deathstroke.
Because they did, just Black Beetle went in and messed it up.
So Booster says he's gonna fix the game. We see him coming down to Deathstroke, and then again we see the battle with the Titans.
So is this Black Beetle? Is he someone that appears in a lot of Booster comics?
He wasn't at this point. I can't even remember if they said who he was, but he was a big thing at this point. Yeah.
Okay, so he's like one of Booster's main villains.
Yeah, like in this series he was, yeah. But yeah, then we see the battle with the Titans, and this time it pretty much goes the way we remember, with Grant dying, and good lord, and Deathstroke carries him away. But then we see Booster's change places with Deathstroke. He did the old disguise himself again.
If only he had been Elvis again.
Oh lord. So basically, I guess, Raven's the only one who's going to know what happened, and she's going to take the memories Booster has of that battle and give them to Deathstroke, so Deathstroke thinks he was there, even though he wasn't, fixing the timeline.
Right. Yeah, that does kind of confuse me a little bit, because it feels like if Booster had just prevented the battle could have gone the regular way, and he could have just fought off Black Beetle, because, in the original timeline, they were defeated. Like, they ended the battle because Grant started to die.
Unless he was afraid Black Beetle already supercharged Grant before he got there. I don't know. But, yeah.
But then we have this little thing where Deathstroke says, "You are worthy. Embrace your heritage. Guide Damian." And Dick's like, what?
Oh, yeah. He's like, protect Damian. And it's like, what are you talking about?
And then we get this snazzy picture of him deep in thought.
Yes. Because remember, that's going to come up in the next issue, kids, when he's like, watch over Damian. What?
Well, no, later in this issue. This is the last one.
Well, yeah, 25. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because that was the end of 24 when he was like, watch over Damian. So, yeah, so this is kind of like the aftermath issue. Get the, hey, what happened the last couple issues? But then, what's this? So Booster goes back to the cave. Is he going for those pictures again? But gets hit with a batarang again, but this time it's Damian who catches him.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Then Dick shows up and Damian's like, "I don't need help. Give me 10 seconds. He'll be paralyzed for life." That's so Damian.
I know, which probably that would happen with Damian.
Yeah, but Dick's like, back down. He's Justice League, or used to be. He's a friend. Look, can we talk about Junior hanging around? Oh, but see, Dix tells Damian Alfred's packing upstairs. So again, I guess this is the move to the tower. So
yeah,
But he's like, yeah, Booster asked for
bunker.
Yeah, yeah. But Booster asked for privacy, so go. So, oh yeah, Tio Mara was up to something too. What's this Black Beetle again? Now with the Red Scarab. So blah blah blah. Rip goes with Tio Mara, but then yeah, back to cave. Booster's giving Dick the whole explanation about the whole barber thing again. He's like, but yeah, Booster's telling him again he couldn't change history. But yeah, Dick's like, you can go anywhere in time. But yeah, Booster's like, yeah, I played a fool, so not only the people try not to kill me, but my ancestors. Being able to travel through time, that would make you the ultimate detective. Yeah,
but he says that's not really what he does.
Yeah.
I'm cracking up, though, at his list of the stuff that he went to see. I was like, these all sound like terrible choices.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of them, but like, oh, okay, the Mona Lisa, whatever.
Yeah. And I love how
Plaza, the Titanic sank, Hindenburg, Amelia Earhart. I mean, okay, the pyramids get built, but I mean, that took a long time where you just sit there and watch for like 100 years.
Yeah. But I love how Dick's like, you know who I am? And he's like, of course, Grayson. It's not like this place is built under Smith Manor.
It's true.
So that, I guess Dick's like, okay, I can take off the mask. But those historical events you mentioned, it's not like I interfered or anything. That's rule 1. But yeah, he mentions the Mona Lisa and everything. So the rather trite, but the eternal question, why don't you go back in time and kill Hitler's mother and prevent his birth? What if you flip that? What if I give you a gun, take you back in time, and say, there's the Joker's grandmother?
Although, why do you have to kill Hitler's mom? Why can't you just kill Hitler?
True.
Why you gotta bring his mom into it?
Unless you're afraid she got another kid.
I mean, she did have more than Hitler was not an only child. I don't believe.
Well, unless you're afraid, the next brother becomes just does the same stuff. I don't know.
Why is his mom? Why don't you kill Hitler's dad?
True.
Why you gotta kill his mom, Dick? That's rude.
Or instead, if you're a time traveler, you know what's going to happen. Why do you have to kill Hitler? Why can't you take him and put him in a loving environment? I saw something online. It's so funny. I saw something online the other day, and it's like, what if you could have given like Hitler like a successful art career or something? You don't even have to kill him. All you have to do is give him a successful career as an artist.
That's true. And it wasn't like, well, and I mean, to be honest though, you also need to go back and like change the huge cultural strain of anti-Semitism in European culture, and that is a tall order, of course. Which I suppose is why the first rule of time travel is we don't fight time travel.
Exactly.
We won't change.
But yeah, so Dick's like, what was your connection to Bruce? And Booster's like, he was a friend. He discovered my true mission and offered a sounding board. Dick, how do I know I can trust you? A time traveler can be capable of anything. And so Booster goes, well, remember the early days in Titans when you first battled Ravager and Deathstroke? Said Deathstroke picked up the body, walked by you, and whispered, "Embrace your heritage, guy Damien." Yeah. Dick, I forgot all about that. Didn't know what it meant, but that voice. Yeah, me standing in for Deathstroke, reconstructing a time stream that had gone astray. It would have been funny if Booster would have been like, yeah, I just did that like an hour ago.
I was just there. I totally remember. Not even an hour ago. It was like 5 minutes ago, I think.
So Booster's like, I don't know if that's enough to earn your trust, but Dick's like, if Bruce was cool with you, I am too. He's like, can I ask you a favor? And Booster says, no, I can't go back and prevent your parents' murder, even if I wanted to. Solidified time. And Dick said, that isn't what I wanted. The business of wearing Bruce's cape, training Damien, it isn't easy. Sometimes I feel lost in it all, like I need, and Booster's like, a reminder. So basically just takes Dick back in time so he can see his parents, I guess, on Christmas. His parents and himself as a kid. So, yes, he takes Dick back in time so he can see his parents through the window. Ow.
I don't think that's that. I think it's more like, oh.
Yeah, wrong button.
Aww. There you go. Although, it's weird to me that they're in that house with all the...
Yeah, weren't they
lights
just,
and stuff. I guess I would have expected it to be in their trailer.
Unless it's just like a rented house or something, but it's like...
circus, yeah, I don't know.
But then why would you put the Flying Grayson's poster above the mantle?
Right, yeah, like it seems a little too fancy. But whatever.
Yeah. Alright, so what did you think?
6 of one, half dozen of the other, I guess. So yeah, it was cute.
Again, we got some Dick as Batman, got some Dick as Robin.
Damien, yeah. Got all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm. So did you like the time travel stuff?
Yeah, it made me think maybe I should read more Booster Gold since he, is a time cop and I like time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was good. It went 50 issues, and then I think the only reason they basically cut it was for New 52, so.
Yeah, what's he Booster Gold doing right now? Is he around?
The first issue of an 8-issue miniseries just came out with, like, him and Blue Beetle, so.
Jamie, or Jaime Blue Beetle, or somebody else?
No, Ted Kord Blue Beetle. Because those two were, like, always, like, best friends in the Justice League when they were in the Justice League.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Although it was Jaime Reyes who was in the backup issue as Blue Beetle, right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's Blue and Gold is the new series, so yeah, like I said,
oh, yes, I have seen that advertised. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, only the first issue's been out so far, so.
Okay. Well, although with Booster, does he mostly... So he talks about time. He's like a time cop. Well, he's not like, he is a time cop. But I'm assuming he mostly goes back in, like, comic book history.
Well, I mean, he was from the future. He was like a pro football player in the future, but he got injured, so he basically got a job at this museum. But he basically comes back when he like just steals like a bunch of steals a bunch of tech and comes back in time to, like I said, he first appeared in the late 80s, so it's like, yeah, he came from like the 25th century back to the past to be a superhero.
Oh, yeah, no. What I mean is, in the Booster Gold issues, does he go back and do stuff with real history, or is it mostly...
It's mostly comic book stuff, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That's what I was curious about, is if...
Yeah, because, if you look at some of the covers for this series, it's, like I said, he tried to help Barbara. There's, like, a cover with, like, issue 2 is, like, him and Sinestro. Issue 3, him and Jonah Hex are on the cover. Yeah, it's a bunch of,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I was just kind of curious if he ever went back and was like...
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, a lot of this series is like him going through like DC time, which, again, this Titans thing fit right into that.
Sure, yeah. But if he also went back... Oh, yeah, I see. The first Booster Gold, 86 to 88. That must be is that when he was invented?
Yeah. That's when he was more like materialistic, yeah. He's basically like, I'm the greatest hero. Superman's an old man.
That's funny.
Yeah, so,
That's cool.
Yeah, like his last couple issues are like in Flashpoint, because it's like, oh, what's wrong with time? But yeah, no, the Booster Gold stuff was worth a read, and then he was like in the late 80s, early 90s Justice League and stuff.
Okay, so that's where he went after his ongoing was canceled.
Yeah. Like he was in the Justice League, like when Superman died and stuff. Yeah, even before that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out some.
Yeah.
As you know, I like time.
But yeah, this series we were just reading now, that's the one where he really does a lot of the time traveling. So.
Oh, but he didn't do that much in the first one?
No, he basically, he comes from the future, and it's basically him just coming back to the present and to be a superhero. Trying to remember if he...
Oh, he's not... Oh, so like Skeets and Rip, are those like new things?
Rip wasn't new, but Rip and him were kind of a new thing. Skeets has like always been with him. Skeets was like one of the things he brought back with him, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. So when he is revived, he becomes a better person.
Yeah.
I see.
All right.
That's cool.
All right. So anything else on these, or should we look to the schedule?
I think I'm good.
All right. So, next week, well, of course, we'll have the new episode of Titans to talk, and we talk.
See what animal they can kill this week.
Exactly. And Secret Origins 13 and Teen Titans Spotlight number 14.
I wonder whose origins these spotlight, Phil. What do you think?
I wonder, but the Teen Titans Spotlight has a guest star, the Batman.
What?
I'm sure you people never heard of that guy.
Never heard of him.
And then the 2 weeks after that, we got a nice little block of, in 2 weeks, it'll be Nightwing 147 through 150, and then the week after that, we'll follow that up with the next issues, 151 through 153. Kind of like the last arc or so of Dick Grayson's first ongoing series.
Right at the end when he's still working at the museum.
Have to close up shop. I don't want to be the Batman. All right, kids. So, yeah, send your thoughts on all those. Send your thoughts on Titans. Is it too dark? Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Nightwing News on Facebook, on Twitter. Find links to all the various social medias for all of our shows. Also, sign up, come join us and on the Bloodhaven Bulletin, our Facebook fan group for all things Nightwing. But yeah, find links to all that, links to this YouTube channel. You can watch the video, links to the Patreon, links to the merch, links to everything all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And please support all things Southgate Media Group. Go to southgatemediagroup.com. Please go subscribe to the Southgate Media Group YouTube channel and the Patreon. A bunch of free and paid content there. And yeah, please, you can find the links all over the Capes and Lunatics social media, the Southgate Media Group social media. Rob started a Kickstarter for the upcoming Southgate Media Group Marathon, the 6th annual. So if you can...
6th annual? Dang.
Yep. So please go... Yes, if you can donate anything, there's even tiers where, like, if you give enough that you'll be a sponsor and you can have your name all over the thing. So yeah, so please go to the Kickstarter, help support the marathon. We'll see our whole team there. You'll get to see Kristen talk something not Nightwing, not even DC. So we'll
see how that goes.
That's worth the price of admission. That's right. All right.
I'll be so confused.
Nah, you'll do fine. All right, kids. And of course, you can always pick up Pod Life, the book, now in digital and paperback. Learn all about podcasting, and also pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. Do you want to know the real history of Dick Grayson? Pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. You don't need a time machine with a good book. All right. And when you pick up those books on Amazon, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and that man's got to get back in time. Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom.
Please kick me in the pants. I get so much right. Mark my words.
All right. And remember, Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. And again, support the Southgate Media Group marathon. Go to the Kickstarter. But yes, please go buy Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. Buy as many copies as you can so Kristen can afford to build her time machine. Being a medieval observer. Alright, so yes, remember, next week, Secret Origins 13 and Teen Titans Spotlight 14. Taking us back to the 80s.
80s.
And then the 2 weeks after that will be the last couple of lightning issues of that first series.
A Dick Grayson origin in which no animals were harmed.
That's right. But until then, join us, same wing time.
Same wing channel.
The Nightwing News.
I am Connor from the House of L.
And I am Ray from the House of Zod.
We are two of the many survivors of Krypton's destruction, and we have made our home in Australia, and dare I say, have become Australians, for better or worse. But we have also decided to read Superman comics, read Superman books, watch Superman shows, cartoons, movies, basically everything Superman, and from an Australian perspective as well. Whether you're a seasoned fan, like me,
or whether you are coming in fresh, wide-eyed and wanting to learn more like me, then this podcast is for you. Join us for our bi-weekly adventures available on all good podcast catchers.
So just search for Last Sons of Krypton, a Superman podcast. We'll be coming to you from Australia or some cosmic dimension, wherever we are that week. Up,
and away.